see the peak fiction that you've made with Steel Wool. Yeah, here we go.
For you today, I am so honored to be.
No, we gotta hear the intro.
Hey guys, it's Dorco. I have a very, very special video for you today. I am so honored to be interviewing Steel Wool Studios again. This time, I've got Evan with me, and we're going to be talking about Secret of the
creative
Mimic.
director.
So, yeah, very, very excited. I've been looking forward to this game for so long. We got the trailer a couple months ago, and it looks insane. And everybody's hyped up and so excited for the release in June. So yeah,
right, here we
I'm
go.
excited for this interview. Well, Evan, thank you so much for coming on.
I wonder what questions Doco asked him.
Yeah,
great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you as well. I loved your post.
Did I see a hello neighbor back there?
This in the back, by the way, of like the FNAF Hello Neighbor as well.
This is my
wow.
Help Wanted one. I need that's what I need.
Yeah, you did Help Wanted.
No, Evan's W. He's got a Twilight Princess poster back there.
And Help Wanted 3 as well.
That is actually W.
Yeah. Just want to ask, how's it going? Like, how's everything going so far?
Question one: how's everything going?
And just Steel Wool Studios as a whole.
It's going really great. You know, things are getting all crazy, close to launch. You know, we're in the home stretch. Everyone's working super hard. The team is working
Home stretch.
hard
That
to
means no
polish things
delays.
up.
No
You know,
delays.
it always
Thank you,
gets
singing guy,
wild,
for the
but it's all
22
coming
months. You're
together.
crazy.
It's really great to see it. You know,
Actually insane.
I think we've been doing play testing and stuff, and Trey, you know, the regular sauce, he's been doing his tests, and that's
The regular sauce got to test it. Oh my god, I gotta know what the regular sauce knows.
so much fun to watch. He's having such a great time. He's about halfway through the game.
Halfway
he always
through?
says it's his favorite Steel Wool game ever. So that makes me feel very happy. But what's funny is he hasn't even gotten to the coolest parts yet. You know, don't tell him though. I want him to be a surprise.
Oh, that is so exciting. I love the regular sauce, and yeah, that's
We gotta
so
love the regular
amazing to hear
sauce.
that it's his favourite Steel Wool game. I'm so excited to play it. I really am. So what was it like developing this game, like branching
Oh
out?
my god! Managed to catch you live streaming this on Twitter. Yo, what's up, the regular sauce? We were just talking about you. Yo, where does a man need to go to be a Secret of the Mimic tester? If they are looking for testers, the regular sauce, let me know. I would love to test that.
To something completely different.
But is the game fun so far? I heard you didn't even like scratch the surface to the crazy parts.
That we haven't really seen in FNAF before, like the prequel to everything that we know so far and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to like spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it has been really interesting to, you know, explore this new setting and in the 70s time period. You know, these new characters with Edwin and
Chat, did I just ban the regular sauce? I was trying to make them a moderator, but I think I put them as timeout. Oh no, I didn't. All right.
the origins of the Mimic, right? You know, it's great because we get this.
I was trying to
opportunity
turn my man into a
explore side of
moderator.
the FNAF universe that nobody's ever seen before, and I think that's very exciting for us.
Sist.
Yeah, I think loads of people are excited as well because I've always wanted a game like just before everything, like before, you know, like a FNAF Origins style game.
Yes, we need an origin story
I'm
for
super
FNAF.
excited. One thing I wanted to talk about is Ruin. So I know so many people had a positive reaction to Ruin and the vibes of Ruin. Do you guys think you took on those positive?
The regular sauce says, I played more of Secret of the Mimic since the interview happened. Playing more soon. It's pretty damn good. Yeah! Oh my god! It must be peak. It must be peak.
Reactions from Ruin to put into this new game?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've always talked about, as we're concepting this game, keeping the tone darker, more similar to Ruin. I will say there's a little bit less linear than Ruin was.
Less linear?
More of the bespoke, really interesting horror elements.
That's scary.
There, right? The game is much more claustrophobic than some of the games of the past. Which I think
That's actually
like.
awesome. You've been working with Steel Wool. Your work is
VR,
amazing,
right?
regular sauce.
But from the
Keep
trailer,
it
looks like
going.
it's flat mode. Are you doing both VR and flat mode on launch, or have things changed?
Please don't make me play in
We
VR.
did it a little bit. We're launching in flat, Steam and PS5
Phew!
flat.
Thank God.
Take the VR,
Don't make me play VR. I'm
coming
too
after
scared.
launch sometime.
Hey, that's awesome, because
Oh,
I get to play
interesting.
twice then for videos, so thanks for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta play twice too. Oh god.
Yeah, because I was worried, like, if both came out of the
I won't bother you while you watch, but enjoy the interview. They talk about a ton of interesting dev stuff. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it. Thanks for popping in.
same time, I was like,
Right.
okay, what am I going to do first? Am I going to do VR first? Am I going to do flat mode first? So, yeah, that's awesome. I can do both then. That's amazing. So, to be fair, I was probably going to do both anyway, but
Yeah.
it's a bit easier now if they're releasing at separate times. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, as if you saw at PAX, you know, the game looks great in VR. It's super scary in VR. It's really great, but it's very challenging to develop both VR and flat at the same time.
I bet it really is
I mean,
challenging.
ultimately, these
Like you
are
gotta create all those
different
intricate
mediums,
movements
right? They have
that
their
VR
strengths and
does to
weaknesses, right?
scare you and
The
stuff.
tech and the art and the design.
All the
You know,
immersive.
It's challenging to keep both of these tracks, both these trains on the same track, basically, right? So we're separating it out, and hopefully we can provide, you know, the best possible experience for the most number of players, you know, at launch with flat, and then VR coming in soon after.
That's awesome. How carefully are you putting the books in consideration of Secret of the Mimic? So, you know, Tales of the Pizzaplex had a lot of lore about the Mimic and Edwin. Did you take that for this game?
Yeah, you know, we've actually been talking about making this game for a long time, and we were developing the game kind of while these books are coming out. So, yeah, I will say it's interesting. Again, I won't go into like the books and all of that, but it's interesting to work kind of in dual mediums.
That's
Interesting.
Awesome. I'm going to take a pit stop because Steelwall have gave me 2 posters to share during this interview.
Oh my god.
And I feel like now would be a nice time to do the first one. This
Oh
is the
my
first
god.
poster, and I'm going to show...
Locked out. Your data driver is the key. What in the living hell? So this is interesting. So they got like digital locks back in like projector carnival days in Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's is like, it's like horror Fallout, man. Like it's like really technologically advanced, but like in the past. What the hell? I wonder what these keys are for. Are they even like important? Probably not.
The second poster around the end of the interview, so you guys have to stay tuned and look out for that. So yeah, the first poster that Steelwall sent me, thank you by the way, Steel.
This is supposed to be set in the 70s? Did we have digital locks in the 70s? Is this really supposed to be set in the 70s? I thought this was supposed to be like a long time ago. Well, then again, I did kind of have a theory that it's like set somewhere recent, but like it's also like, I don't know. I kind of thought that we're just gonna be looking at the remains of like the circus carnival days through Edwin's like laboratory or workshop, but like in a recent setting. I don't know. Finance phrase is confusing.
It is a poster saying "locked out." Your data diver is the key.
Diver?
So,
What the hell is a data
my
diver?
My first theory looking at that is that data diver has a bunch of keys on the poster as well. I'm guessing it's basically might
Oh, I missed that. I must have missed that when I was talking to Regular Sauce. They said it's going to be in the 70s. Okay.
be a mechanic where you can use the
My
data
fault.
diver to
Let me lock in.
doors and explore and stuff like that.
You're not far off. I
Okay.
think, yeah, absolutely. And it obviously has a more than a passing resemblance to the Faz wrench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not unintentional. Yeah.
Yes, I feel like people picked up on that as well on the trailer. And
It's like an
stuff
older
too, that
model.
It's very similar to that, so that's interesting. I love that. So yeah, you did say previously as well that it's less linear than Ruin. So
Don't you remember the date
are
hidden
we
in the
gonna
trailer?
go- I'm guessing that's
I completely
more
forgot about that.
exploration in the factory and stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. When we talk about this game, we talk about it in layers, and that applies to both the narrative and the gameplay. There is a we call it the golden path, right? It's the main line that you would go to complete the game. You can follow that path,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. There's other things to do. There's other stuff to find. I'm really curious to see what people are able to find and how.
It's like, I feel like those words are a trap. They gotta be, because there is no linear way to beat these games. No, you gotta turn on the arcade machine in the first chapter, then you gotta make sure you shot 15 Freddy heads in the arcade machine. Then it gives you the first key to unlock the five, or it's like the first key out of 5 others to unlock the actual ending of the game. Which means this game is probably gonna be like 30 hours for all of us, not knowing the secrets.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me so excited because I love stuff like that because obviously not going to theorize about it, but like, you know, if you explore different places, you find things that might lead to a different ending and stuff. So that is very, very exciting. Oh my God. I'm going to shut up now because I'm going to be like, oh, you get to find like something that belongs to William Afton or something that belongs to
Yes, I need to see
Edwin,
things that
like
belong to
Fredbear
William,
or
man.
something. You know what I mean? I'll shut up now. But I'm so excited.
Probably there's a
when
rat
this
in the
game
bathroom.
comes out, I hope you guys get to see my reaction to stuff like that. I'm gonna go insane.
I love watching the reaction videos. I watch all the streams. Yeah, it's the best.
I'm gonna go absolutely insane if things happen.
Dawko's
that are in my
fangirling,
head
yeah.
now. How much
I'll be
creative
fangirling too.
input, did you guys have with the story? Was Scott involved or at all, like helping with the story, building it together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the best way to describe it is that we are creative collaborators, but Scott is always kind of the prime mover, right? He sits at the head of the pyramid. You know, we've worked with him for many years now, so I think we've built enough trust that he allows us to make a lot of the on-the-ground decisions as long as we're following his overarching direction.
Yeah,
interesting.
Awesome. I don't know if you can answer this, but how is Scott feeling about this game? Is he excited? Is he hyped up for it?
I think it's
my theory to the answer to this question is Scott is sitting somewhere with like lightning above his house and like sitting like this, all evil villain like, and just saying moo ha ha ha. Like that's what I think. That's how Scott feels about this. Just
say that, yes,
the typical evil villain.
This game is very exciting.
Oh, that's so exciting! Oh my God! Did you take any
Please,
feedback from
William
Half
Afton
Wanted
origin
2
story, I need it.
as well, and development with that, and with Secret of the Mimic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was one of the impetuses for making the shift to flat is just so that we can have everyone play the game on day one, right? But one of the things we heard from Help Wanted was like, hey, that's great. I really want to play it, but I don't have a VR headset or something like that. So, okay, well, that's a bummer, right? We want everyone to be able to experience it all together on day one. And then, absolutely we want to support the VR side as well. But if not everyone has the headset, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest thing to do as well. So everybody can.
Because nowadays they gonna charge you like $400 for the newest Oculus. I ain't paying no damn $400 for a new Oculus Quest.
Play it at launch. Yeah, that's
like unrelated, but yeah, it really makes me mad what Oculus did. Like they're gonna make you pay $400 for a new headset just to play the newest Batman Arkham game. Like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Great.
I love FNAF, but I'm not doing that.
A lot of people have noticed new characters, new suits and stuff that I don't think were even in the books, the Tale of the Pizzaplex books. So what was it like just having that freedom to do your own things and creativity, probably mostly for the first time, like making your own designs of costumes and stuff?
Right. Yeah, it's funny, right? Because this game takes place in a costume workshop, so you would imagine there's more than
lots of unused characters are going to be in there.
Scott really early on sent us key art that he had worked on with his artists that sort of showcased these creepy hallways and stuff. And he said, "This is kind of the tone that I want from this game."
Ooh.
And in that key art were certain characters like the Mushroom and the Jester and stuff. And we were like, okay, first of all,
that's actually so cool to hear that game devs do that. They have to. Well, I won't say they have to, but they'll hire an artist to draw what they're thinking in their mind, so you don't gotta just tell people, and then miscommunications happen through that. That's actually pretty smart to hire an artist and be like, okay, make this hallway dark so I can send it to them.
First things first.
That's actually cool as hell.
Characters. So we basically took almost all of those characters and put them into 3D, built them all out, and then we said, okay, well that's some. We need more. So how are we gonna we gotta flesh out this roster here, and then we started pulling inspiration from other FNAF games and where we wanted the story to go and what sorts of things we were trying to say with the characters. And this isn't a Fazbear like facility, right? So this is, some of it can be connected and some of it's not, right? So yeah, we started building these character roster out that, in a way that was starting from Scott's concepts and trying to be in that same world. Gives us a great kickoff point from what kind of world he wants us to be building.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I've already seen online that some of the new characters are people's favorites, which is so cool to see. And I can't wait to see that. Maybe some.
I'm probably gonna get so much hate for saying this. I'm gonna get so much hate for saying this. Like, I know the game hasn't came out yet, so obviously this answer is obviously gonna change. But like, I don't know. From what we see, I don't really got a favorite. Is that controversial?
Some more characters and stuff.
Like the mushroom guy, it's just a mushroom guy with overalls. The mimic, I mean, it's cool to see it with the endoskeleton. The animatronic doctor lady, I don't know. Hopefully we get like something else. You know what? Never mind. The elephant's my favorite. That fucking elephant is horrifying. Like those eyes, those like dead eyes, like that really harnesses the old carnival days. Never mind. My answer is the elephant.
I don't know if we've seen them all, but yeah, it's.
I just
exciting.
completely remembered
this
it.
game is the prequel, the earliest game that we've got so far in the FNAF franchise. The early years of Fazbear Entertainment and stuff. So, did you any games that Scott's made or you guys have made in the past take any inspiration for the development of this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we look at all of the FNAF games. I mean, we are our FNAF experts, right? That's what we're paid to do. So yeah, we research very deeply into every FNAF game and look for any shreds of reference we can pull and connections we can make, because we really want this to be a contiguous part of the entire FNAF like continuum, right? We don't want it to live on its own as this weird side thing. But it's interesting too, as we're developing the game, there's these certain themes that start re-emerging. Right, I call it thematic repetition. They say like, what's the saying? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. It's sort of
history
like that,
doesn't
right?
repeat, but it
these
rhymes.
Ideas that aren't necessarily direct.
That's the first one I heard.
But there
Or
are
that's the first time I heard that.
Narrative motifs that come around.
That's a good
again.
one.
And I think we see a lot of that, and having that emerge as a prequel.
That's a bar.
Is
It
a
is.
really interesting dynamic, right? Because what does it say about? Right, this like the sequel influences the prequel.
Yes, right? Yes, yeah, that's awesome. How long has this been in development then? Like you said that you were working.
I'm gonna say half a decade. No, is there enough time for it to be half a decade? I forgot when like their last game dropped. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years, but I'm gonna stick to 5.
Working on the game early on when the books were being made and stuff. So, how long's it been?
I think it was, we first started talking about it kind of early 2022.
Damn, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, a long time ago. And, but it was always on the back, right? It was always like, we'd kick around ideas.
Early 2022.
Like, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe here are these story beats, does this make sense? We're talking about it while Ruin is being worked on, eventually Help Wanted 2.
Dang, they had like all the stuff planned ahead in their brain.
Active development until after Help Wanted 2. So it's been about
Hey Siri,
a year
when
and
did
a half
Finance at
of,
Freddy's Help Wanted 2 come
all hands
out?
on deck, full studio active development.
Yeah,
2019.
I feel like you guys have been teasing about like this like for a while with like the Fall Fest posters and stuff. It always feels like you've had it like in your heads for a while. Like I remember in Help Wanted 1 when you guys had the Fall Fest. I think it was Fall Fest 1983 or something like that, and everybody was saying, "What? There's a Fall Fest? I've been doing Fall Fest," and yeah, it's crazy to think that was 6 years ago, and now we're finally getting something of involving like that.
We're all
that
getting
kind of thing.
old.
So yeah,
it's one of the fun things of working on a franchise like this is that we can look like really far in the future, and maybe we don't know exactly what forms things are going to take, but we can kind of see where we want to go and start laying some groundwork.
Help Wanted came out in 2023.
like you said, the game's been in development for
Siri must be
about a year
lying
and a half,
then,
right?
or it must have did Help Wanted 1.
How
Shut up, Siri.
big is the game?
Super big. Probably their biggest one.
Okay, so
Wait, can
it's
it be
funny,
big?
It's so hilarious.
It's a warehouse.
We wanted to make a claustrophobic game. We were like, okay, let's make narrow hallways, small spaces, and originally.
I don't think it's gonna be that big.
You know, as a VR experience, things in VR feel a lot like bigger than they are in flat, right? In VR, you can reach your hands out and touch the walls, but if you were to make a 6-foot wide hallway in flat, it would feel very narrow, whereas in VR it feels very wide, right? So we're trying to find like the right size of this building. And we
Thank
know
you,
it's gonna
Ethan
be-
Bell, for the $5 donation. Are you planning on reacting to Father's Return, FNAF 3 musical? It's from the same guys who made the Creepypasta song. I will, just because you donated. But yeah, I don't watch the FNAF musicals, but I will check that out whenever I get the time and definitely try to remember it.
Carriage Workshop, we know it's a warehouse.
If my
There are
memory
larger
don't fail me,
spaces.
I got you.
And so, like, early on, we said, okay, well, how big is this map compared to Security Breach? And we overlaid them, and the entire footprint of the facility could fit into Roxy Raceway.
Oh,
Which I
wow.
thought was
God
hilarious.
damn.
It's like, wow, I thought we made a big game. But I think for us, it was all about density of design, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot
Density.
of multiple stories and secret passageways and, you know, hidden false walls and stuff like that. So, you know, you might find a smaller room, but it might have, you know, a lot more going on than it would if it was the same content but stretched in a much larger space.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean,
Quality over
I think,
quantity.
A criticism on Security Breach was that maybe it was too big, right? So it's really cool that you guys are doing something like that, like very claustrophobic and in its own like factory and stuff. So yeah, that is very exciting. I can't wait to find all the secrets and the hidden vents and stuff to go through. The Mimic. Okay.
Imagine there's like a secret, like just William Afton's watching you the whole time in the facility. You have to like use a dev camera to see this man just staring at you and through the vents and shit.
So the Mimic is from the book.
Trying to keep you away from finding his
just
secret.
How accurate or true are you guys going to be sticking to the Mimic, or have you like? Again, this might be. No, I feel like.
I feel like it won't
spoilery, but,
stay
like,
true to the books.
Yeah, like,
It won't stay true to the
have you
books. It's gonna
changed-
be its own take.
I will say, if you've read the books, you don't know the full story.
Yeah,
Okay, that's perfect.
yeah.
It seems like you guys. I know you guys are.
It's so damn weird because like it's like it still makes sense, or it still follows through to what Scott said years ago. Like the games don't follow the books, so. Yeah, I guess Scott kept his word in a way.
Doing some like Edwin's factory's separate, right? But it feels
my
like
eyes.
you also still trying to connect it with the FNAF universe at the same time.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
He's so scared. He doesn't know what to say. Yeah, he doesn't know what to say.
But
You
I
can just tell
I
by
would
the
say
face.
this game was made for FNAF fans.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of connection if you want to look for it.
Do you know like an average projected length on how long the game's gonna be?
Yeah.
15
we're
hours
doing,
max.
Regular Sauce's playthrough, and he's 6 hours in. I'd say he's about halfway through.
So 12
just
hours
the
they're
main
projecting?
line of the game, which I would say
Okay.
he won't even discover half the game at that point. So yeah, we're looking at maybe like 8 to 10 hours for a single playthrough, and then
I'll do
and
that
that's
all in
just
one go.
Like I said,
all
like
in one go.
baseline. You
I can
could
do that.
probably Go 15 to 20 hours, and if you want to be a completionist about it.
Oh wow.
I'll beat this game in 8 hours. Is that my
Difficulty-wise,
boy Johnny Blocks in the motherfucking chat? What's up, Johnny Blocks? It'll take 5 nights to complete. Oh my god. He came in with the bar. Why does YouTube split like the moderator thing? Whatever. I'll make you a standard moderator. If that's not right, whatever. Sorry about that. I don't like back in the day you can just click and then someone's a moderator. Why did they split it up into 2? All right, back to it.
Is this game challenging at all? Is there some hard moments that's probably gonna make me cry on camera?
So yeah, like
If they have another fruity maze or what was it called? Mazer size, I'm gonna lose my mind. We
talked about layers.
Yes.
So there's like the top layer. You can stay at the top if you want, and the game is moderately challenging. It's what we would expect, like someone who's maybe never played a FNAF game before.
Yeah.
They come in, they play the game, and they have a good time, and they beat the game. They get the credits, and good job. But again, that's only the top layer. And as you go deeper,
Mazer-sized puzzle was a pain. Still makes no sense.
For a little bit more effort. I don't think it'll be like, UCN or anything.
Oh, 50-20 mode. Okay.
No. But definitely, there's some more challenge the deeper you go.
So yeah, like you said, like there's like a top layer. So do you think this is easily accessible
to new
FNAF
fans
who haven't played a FNAF game before, can just dive in?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? and from a narrative way as well, right? We want to, we tell a story that everyone can understand, even if they've never played a FNAF game before.
Technically, from a narrative point, yeah, you could technically start with this game.
That's just this thin veneer.
I think.
And then very quickly, you start moving into deeper sequence.
Wait, okay, so if this is set in the 1970s, would this technically be the first thing that happened in terms of the story? Sorry, like my brain has so many timeline events of FNAF, I can't keep them in order sometimes. Yep, first thing. Okay.
Deeper connections and harder gameplay and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Dang, this is so far back, no one's dead.
Like I've mentioned before,
oh my god.
And stuff.
No William Afton in the
Are
background.
there any that haven't been shown yet?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, of course. I hope they didn't pack everything into one trailer. I'd be sad.
By the way, to our characters team, when I pitched them what this game was gonna be, their eyes like, oh, are you kidding me? Like,
oh god.
No. There's too many characters. It's like, no, we can do this. I believe in them, and they pulled it off. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. Did you guys have, because this game's set in the 70s, right? Did you guys have any other influences that inspired this game at all? Like movies or other games?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder what movie.
FNAF games are like the biggest influence. But outside of the FNAF games, I really was pulling a lot from Alien Isolation early on. I think that was a really great point of reference for us, especially because Alien being kind of like a retro futurism of the 70s anyway.
What?
It has some interesting aesthetic tie-ins as well as the gameplay stuff, right?
I don't know if y'all ever played the Alien Isolation game, let alone watch all the Alien movies, but if they took inspiration off that, do y'all even realize how Jackie is gonna be moving? And you've seen her in the vents, like in the trailer. Jackie is going to be a menace, like.
And then outside of games,
oh no,
environments and tones of like 70s.
It would be so cool if they took inspiration off the game too, because then like Jackie could hear your microphone. That would be such a cool option to have.
80s horror movies, like The Shining or like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and that kind of thing. Not so much for the content, but for like the aesthetics.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to pause. Sorry about that.
Right, and then also I think the biggest one though, outside of all of that, are these like practical VFX workshops, like Jim Henson, like Tippett Studios, right?
Tippett.
Practical effects shops, and if you've ever been in one of those, it's wild. You walk down these hallways, and it's like there's like stories just in piles. It's just like, oh that's that thing from that movie and that thing from that commercial, and it's just spilling into their work. And they're like a hoarder. These guys, they make paths around their like,
oh my god,
and they're constantly, it's just so much creativity spilling out of every corner. And then a lot of the digital VFX guys in those shops work next to the practical VFX guys, so they're on their computers, but they're getting like splatters from the paint and stuff, and it's just such a really
from the
cool,
paint.
Gritty environment, and we really wanted to pull from that. So a while back we did some work with Tippett, and we went there. It was many years ago, and there's the guys that did the Jurassic Park practical VFX and stuff. So
wow.
It was really great seeing that. Those were, I'd say, our biggest real world inspirations.
That is so cool. So yeah, like in the factory, like from some of the screenshots that we got of some of the rooms in the trailer, like shelving units with just a bunch of random different props and stuff everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait for that, because
this is gonna be such a good game, dude.
It's gonna
be crazy.
You guys have put like props and stuff in that FNAF fans are probably gonna pick up on. So
yeah.
That's
when
awesome.
the regular sauce was playing, he'd be like going through some of these and be like, "Oh my god, that looks just like my workshop." And I'm like,
That's
Mission
awesome.
successful.
That's actually
awesome.
crazy.
Developing this game, has it been a challenge? Have you had some like challenges?
It's probably
going
gonna be a challenge to make something from scratch every time.
A breeze, basically. I don't feel like anything is a breeze. There's some ups and downs with
Especially if
every
it's from
project
scratch,
and
it's gonna be
stuff.
Yeah.
challenging.
Collaboratively making art has a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say this game has gone a lot more smoothly than maybe you would expect. I think this was one of our better productions as far as that goes. I think the team is absolutely amazing. They are really pushing the boundaries of what we as a studio are capable of.
My nose is itchy.
Maybe I'm biased, but I think this game is some of the best work this studio's ever made.
Oh
yeah, it's gonna be peak.
And you can't even
And they're
answer
happy
this,
about how the
but
game came out. That's how
after
you know it's
Secret
gonna
of
be
the
peak.
Mimic,
It's gonna be peak.
Are you guys still in your FNAF brains after
He
Secret
asks
of
in
the
an
Mimic?
elusive manner.
Future plans?
Fredbear game? If that would even work.
I wouldn't know. I don't, yeah.
I mean, I think it's obvious,
Yeah,
but
no comment on that.
Cause like, well, actually, didn't Click Team like make some teaser about a FNAF game? And like, it looked scary. Like, it wasn't like the FNAF Racing game. It was definitely a new FNAF game. So maybe it won't be Steel Wool. Maybe it'll be back to Click Team. Unless they do a collaboration, but I don't know. Maybe that maybe was genuine.
I'm gonna get the next poster up because when I saw this one, it made my brain start functioning a bit better than it is at the moment. Next
It'd be cool to have an
poster that
online
Steel
one.
Wool sent me. Again, thank you so much. Yeah.
Where do you belong? Basic, security, repair, executive, admin, creator. Your data diver knows. Yo, these are security clearances that your data driver is gonna get. I don't care nothing about the rest of these but creator. Creator? Y'all, can y'all imagine we somehow steal William Afton's credentials and we go inside of his like office or something? He's just got like plans laid out to do something heinous and evil. Oh my God, what does creator mean? We're definitely gonna get Edwin's like creator code or whatever. Use code Edwin for Secret of the Mimic. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get his like creator code or something. But I hope we get Henry and Williams somehow.
This one made me theorize a bit more. So the poster says, where do you belong? Basic, security, repair, creator, admin, executive. Your data diver knows. And at the top right, it's MCM. I'm guessing is that Murray's costume manor?
I think, yeah, that is
Okay.
right.
I think.
Awesome. Is this
Come
a
on.
mechanic in the game? Is this teasing a mechanic in the game, or is it just
Oh, Johnny, you're right. Executive symbol is similar to the logo for MCM. That definitely is.
just a poster?
Oh God.
Well, it's not random.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely tie-ins to the game and the progression loop of the game.
Executive,
The
it's
symbol
Edwin's
that
role.
what that made me
Huh.
think the most is the executive symbol. If this is the date, like if the data diver has these different,
I'm so interested with that
things,
creator
it's,
one.
It's hard.
I want to see what creator
these different
does.
symbols give us access to different areas.
They definitely
That would
do.
That'd be one thought. Yeah.
One thought.
I just want to theorize with you. Even though
Yeah.
this is the problem.
Those could have. So they probably could have like multiple features. Because if it was just like for security and opening doors, I'm sure that's not spoiler heavy. They could probably just say yes to that. But one thought is kind of crazy. What else could you be doing with them codes?
Let's think about this together.
Yeah, because the problem is, right, I can theorize loads, right, but you know the answers. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
that let's
cheating.
put our heads together
I
was
think from the trailer, I think we
was
can
actually
see,
just saying it's one feature.
The helper on the computer, right? I feel like that might have tie-ins to this and stuff, and maybe logs on the computer. But yeah, it's very exciting. It really is. Do you guys have anything cool planned before the release of the game?
Yeah, so after the interview,
Oh,
launches,
snap.
Be sure to stay tuned to our socials, and maybe we'll tease something out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can't
Oh,
wait
more
for that.
teasers, more teasers
Get
to
everybody
eat.
hyped up for the release.
Yes, sir.
Coming up very. It's came around so quickly. It literally feels like last week I was at PAX playing the game in VR. It's crazy how quickly development with games go. Like,
You know what, y'all? Maybe next year I'll actually start going to conventions and start doing recordings for y'all. But I just don't want to get on a plane, man. I got too much anxiety.
Security breach was like what?
But I don't want to miss any
4
early
years ago
FNAF
when it
footage
released.
if I
It's-
can
it's-
do
it's
it.
weird. Any
We'll see.
final thoughts that you want to give out to the fans watching?
Yeah, you know, I just want to like quickly, Daco, say thank you. You know, thank you to you. Thank you to everyone who ends up watching this. You know, we love making FNAF games, and we couldn't do it without.
And those are the type of
incredible
people
support
we
of
need
the
to make
community.
FNAF games, the ones who love making
You know,
them.
like I said before, we make.
Sis,
games
come to
for
PAX if
fans,
they do it
and
again.
that's, like,
I will try.
responsibility. know
I will try.
Everyone loves this franchise so much, and that's a responsibility that we take.
My
really
fiance is trying to
seriously.
get me to do
So
cruises
seeing the
and
community,
airplanes,
like,
but I don't know
reaction to the
about all
demo,
that.
the trailers,
I don't know about all
and,
that.
like, all the fan art that's been being made. You know, it just means a lot. So yeah, thank you.
It's going to be so exciting. I'm sure everybody's going to love it. The reaction to the game, you know, was so positive when the trailer came out and stuff. And you guys seem to be experimenting with gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, like taking FNAF in a fresh direction, right? And I feel like it needed that. I really do. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm thankful for Scott for finding you guys in the first place.
I wonder
when
how-
Help Wanted came out. And
I wonder how you get people to just like go and do your games after you like kind of partially retire. Like, how did Scott find them? How does one do that?
you know, you guys have been doing amazing things since then, so it's very exciting.
It's really interesting
very,
to
very
just
excited. I
hear
can't
game
wait.
dev
Can't wait.
stuff.
I have a question for you.
You
Okay.
met them on a
What are you
game
most
of
excited
Fortnite?
about from what you've seen?
That would be crazy.
What's the thing you most want to see in the game?
Oh, they turned the tables.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you watch my videos, but I want... Everything I've seen so far is great, by the way. But I want... The thing what I love about FNAF is juicy lore. I love lore so much.
Like the lore that answers a question, not the lore that's saying, just wait next year and we'll tell you what that lonely endoskeleton's doing in that basement. Like, come on, bro.
And
I want something
I
that
just wanna
answers
know,
something.
Like, what's going on? Like, Fazbear Entertainment's involvement, and I'd love to. I'd really love to see some involvement with Fredbear's Family
lore.
Diner and seeing those Fredbear.
That's right. That is why this nigga is my goat.
I swear to God, he's asking the question. Thank you.
See some involvement with Fredbear's Family Diner.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. I want to see something with fucking Fredbear. Oh my God. And then Daco said that straight to Steelwall. I love Daco for that.
And seeing those
Oh my
Fredbear
God.
Family Diner posters on the walls everywhere, and I don't know. I feel like
I need to
something's
see
gonna
Fredbear.
happen, and I'd love to just lore, just the story about Edwin as well.
Even if they have
Edwin's
Fredbear in the
involvement,
background,
like,
I just need to see
what's
him
Edwin been up to, and
before he was Golden Freddy.
Obviously, lore about the mimic, and
He's the right man for the interviews.
Fazbear
Yeah,
Entertainment's
seriously.
involvement, like them wanting the mimic so badly, and the ending of this game too. I'm very interested in.
Yeah, how does it tie into the rest of the
like,
series?
You know, because in the future games, like Edwin.
I never asked that question out loud. How would Secret of the Mimic end in a way that would tie it to later events? So it's like, is a Mimic gonna escape? And then like maybe it'll like do like an epilogue of William and Henry like, you know, dapping up and making the Freddy's locations that we know and love together. Man, there actually might be like 2 canon endings for this. I don't know. Like, how would they end this in a way that would be like, oh my God, you know, like, I don't know.
It's kind of forgotten about, right? And I just want to see just what happens with the factory and just again the involvement with Fazbear Entertainment. I'd love to see. This is very high, you know, but I'd love to see like Henry or William being involved somehow. That would be really cool too. So, yeah. You
awesome.
obviously can't confirm anything.
Yeah,
but
no, I can't confirm.
Yeah, I need some Henry William and Fredbear. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, nice. Okay, Evan. So from this interview, you answered the question so passionately. Where did that passion of game development come from? Have you got any? I'd love to learn more about you. You know, I'm sure everybody else would too.
Sure. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm an artist, and games in general, I think, are the ultimate art form. It has the aesthetics and the narrative. I started my career in animation, and so being able to tell stories is something that I love, and I think games do it better than anybody else. That being said, the FNAF community is why I love making FNAF games. Truly. We've worked on
they are a hype people.
And,
the FNAF community is definitely a hype
communities
people.
there are fine, but nothing compared to FNAF fans. We've been working on this franchise since Help Wanted 1, and that was, I don't know, I think we started maybe 8 years ago now or something.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, and it's just been an amazing experience. So thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Evan. We're going to end it there, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed the interview and it's hyped you up more for Secret of the Mimic. I'm sure there's lots more hype to come after this interview from Steelwall. So that's very, very exciting. And yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait. From what you've said, Evan, about how long the game is and how much exploration there is, and it's just very exciting.
I wonder what the regular sauce went through, bro. What is the regular sauce currently going through? Because, Johnny, I don't know if you heard earlier, but the regular sauce popped in for 2 seconds, and they were saying they're about to go hop right back on the game to see some more crazy stuff, and that they got farther than what the interview was talking about. Oh snap! What heart attacks has the regular sauce went through?
Yeah, that will be on the channel, guys. Massive
love
thank
sauce.
You,
yeah, we all love sauce.
For giving me this opportunity to interview the wonderful Evan. Shout out to Aisha and Jessica as well, who are lurking in the call, listening to everything I say.
Oh God!
June 13th on PlayStation, Secret of the Mimic, guys.
There's 2 more people here. I didn't know that.
Get hyped and ready for that. It's very, very exciting. And yeah, just a massive thank you again, Evan. Steelwall, everybody, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are more excited now, and yeah,
I might do a
I don't know what to say
countdown
now, so
stream before the game releases.
About how excited I am. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And yeah, you'll see me playing Secret of the Mimic in about a month or so, probably screaming my head off. So yeah.
Yeah.
Bye guys.
Gonna need tons of water. Yo, I gotta say, I really love these interviews though. Cause you don't have Steelwall going in and showing you the whole game and basically making it no point to play it. They will talk about things in a way that makes you want to play the game even more. That's what we need to normalize with game interviews. We need to make sure people have a reason to go and play it and not just give journalists 15 minutes worth of footage to show and talk about that the world hasn't seen yet, because then that's just gonna show a whole portion of the game that you already know about before release. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this stream. I'm super excited to see how this game is gonna tie into the actual lore of